Tauber is an award-winning and visionary electronic musician, cyber artist, photographer, and author who has been a master of his craft for over 2.5 decades. After graduating from Columbia University in 1996, Dylan has been based in New York City, Jerusalem, Miami, a remote island in the southwestern Pacific, and now in Kibbutz in northern Israel, where he is artist in residence. Dylan Tauber has been producing music, artwork, and writing since he began his prolific 26-year career in 1996 with the ambitious Double Mirrors anthology, which includes a book, photos, slideshows, soundtrack, and one of the only artist websites still online since 1996, doublemirrors.com. Dylan was also one of the first artists to offer his music for free and MP3 download in 1998.
Half a day, buenas dan saludo para todo si Maneco binigi programan Marianas Agupa. Ang Sabado talos na panelos ginin oran alas 9 gigan. Este oran alas 11. Undang kululu na kulo para todo samzo ni Maneco binigi 100.3. FAMA. Rito tumbu este panelos giyon sen meet na kapasidad elektrisidad gyari. Zaumadud ka na, papa tinian, luta, dan para todos imani luta gwenogi islan Guam, spesyal na kulo, para ado siya bangay kita Hawaii, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Texas, Arizona, dan imani luta gweno, dan Henry gweno kita Florida, parinmet ka, para manggay kita siya loki imani luta kita Virginia, Special na kulo para todo samzo para todo si manggay gigin terit mundo na maninid gi kodkwet ramas militar special na kulo para todo samzo. Baila sa paguna dia bonito na honesty September dia 2023 después de mapanyagon Jesucristo. Kada sabalo este saluda y palabra na huzong si Monsignor Antonelli na giningwidja dan giza gwidja si Jesucristo tana za hululo ginila lata gi kwat manera dan bonito na hani talo itrongkon gaw na parata kalangit pa ako na sabalo. Amot enay tasasangan. Importante sti programan Marianas Agupa na sige mo naman adinganit gihila na nota panielos data diskukutig with siya asunto na efekta lina lata parewa asunton gobernamento serbisyong gobernamento edukasyon kultura ekonomiya lo imastat kilo lingwahita panilo sa ginin enaw na siya mas manakomprendit gi masya hap na diniskuti na mazuzot gi alumisengso na mayla masya tagwinesti and sabaloesti potante at nailokwi saludo para ato siya humuhuwi programata pininina anonymous donor si Jules Masi gininitutod niya esti maski 13 kanda katutut si años esta hugwi iprograman Marianas Agupa si Jules Masi anonymous donor Diabetes Prevention Foundation si Jules Masi Tauber Foundation DylanTauber.com isa tanahuzungin si Nuevo na zonya track si Dylan My Island sinhap na detensyon malak natapan sige mo nagwinilokwi sa tanay saludo time check na humuhugwi pago na sabalo Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center.
siyang tinawag sa hinimlo. Ibrahim Pharmacy sa Centro ng Public na hinimlo. Pronto sa listo na servisyo hamo para hinimlo. Agang waktu di 233 hamo 233-2668. Email is all prescription ni brahmomeds@gmail.com. Mapapabagi ng Lunes, esta Viernes, hindi oras alas 9 Vega, esta oras alas 6 Ibupoy, Sabado, hindi oras alas 9 Vega, esta oras alas 1 Kinamuang, Awan Batu 233, 233-2668.
Alright. I-Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center, Apanelos. Bago na paani. Oran alas 9, pauwa, talulo. Zeus Mosi talo, mga manmalefa. Garapan, kagman danin may ramas kita dandan. Parang review mo i-Bravo Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Alright? Kada sabol estilo kita lang no esti na palabra hinehigwilo ko esti na Garapan Public Farmers Market. Isentron Medcaw na parang soda manfresco dyan manmangi na kiniset sa nilanso Garapan Public Farmers Market. Por favor, si Leroy o si Paula at sasangan nino na dong lulu na saludo para siruta na mulalag no sujong siya imanmangi siya na ning kano. Sempia gagawin ni video para talang sujong. Nay sige mo nata no asistimento man produce ning kano fresh ko na ning kano. Alright, pues si Zeus Mosi deno ni Kankman Agricultural Farm and Producers Association. Dan gua siya loki man mapapata siya no kinisetsan niya di Garapan Public Farmers Market. Lo sinap na detention bisita watu then check edi man mangi siya. Alright? Lagi wa problema air conditioning ikaritamu mga madlefa na Ace air conditioning gaya tatimi tarusu Garapan sexy aimi sa ngani na unhung namin sahi ini programan Marianas Agupa. Ako sa gimbumeho papa luta mga malifa na yung saga gikuro Garden Rota Hotel. Yagya si Kindo sa Nosirwit. Ikantun Tasi nagay Kuro Garden Rota Hotel. Wala nata noilokwi saludo Joten Markets and Department Stores na humuhugwi klema para pago na Sabalo.
Today's weather is brought to you by Joten Markets and Department Stores. Shop local, shop Joten. Iklema bago na hari, dinapatutusihan zugin Medcaw Joten sa iba't industry. Shop local, shop Joten.
Alright, mga malifa, iuni ko na Medcaw Shop Joten, Shop Local, Shop Joten, mga malifa. Dahil klema panilos para pago na sa mga magay. 82, i-gradua na gumaygi para pago na sabalo. Sataan, ginin iigan, isti taf-taf ogan. Low, unggan, itsan sa talo, maski 80% itsan sana na parosigya, utsan, disti mapus niya na sabalo. Sige, utsan. Lo, pago na haani ang panilos, 80%. Itsan sa nepo, sige, utsan talo. Guasya la lugar, man flooded. At salan, mga gang no waluray, man flooded. Lokwi, papa, esti, asterlahi. Kanatabla. Sa iitsan, bula, utsan, pago na sabalo. Manglo, ginin Haza logo i-17 meters gi ora. I-sansanay para utapandangsong hanggang sempia italuani sa ginhababa mataon niya, no? Maski 83%. Mapatumagi na mensahe iklema ginin i Joten Markets and Department Store Shop Local Shop Joten. Alright? Sa wala, natapan sige mo nagwini. Okay, pinili na kanilos bala na talang no siya'y kulo para todos ato siya'y sumililibray halin mapanaguliyag bini na si Mona. Pinili na. Si Alvin Sablan, happy birthday kulo. Aw, nangin umiiku ka. Winaw gidat salang Kiza. Si Carmen Taisakan Lokwe. Giza Oregon na gagi si Carmen. Si Congressman Vincent Camacho Lokwe, happy birthday kulo para ako. Para si Vinny Sablan Lokwe, all right, happy birthday kulo. Para ako Vinny, si Laura Munya Lokwe, happy birthday kulo. Para si Steve Jiang, happy birthday kulo. Si Shane Alvarez Lokwe, happy birthday kulo. Para si Isa Zansi Celo Long, happy birthday kulo. Alright, kasi nigi happy birthday kulo sa gingwagwe na Lokwe diretso zong siya ilang nus minigi comment Marianas Agupa. Alright, niga si Ping nagagigislan guaham. Good morning para si Brother Charles. Manglo niya. Alright, niga na umalun si Brother Charles. Inin luta Lokwe. Dilatio, sige si Peter para ma-attorney si Bella Agatiti. Paunahan ni. O sinimbatgo, mala. Datapan sige mo nagmini. Daria Singh, Gwenang Papa Tinian. Happy birthday to Devin. Devin Singh. Alright, from Grandma and Grandpa. Alright, bonito no? Okay, kus mala sinigi siya imanggay kiki online, gipresente pa ako. Ritutumbo siya panielos i-programata. Gi taymano dito sa angan gi TuneIn Radio worldwide YouTube gumaygya loki Marianas Agupa dani Facebook live usa mala zata fansigi mo nagwini sa gi tiutsogo ko gi ora na las 10 munha sigwela agatete sa gumaygi idota no guest para pa ako na Sabado si Kimberly Hines. Kung edzo na asunto igwaha ang pilatio desisyon gi board gi CPA na para umahatsa guahan no resolution mapasa na para umatsa i fees para ato siya imuna CCTV fasilidad gi Puerto ni Plaza parewa winigi islan sa ipan tiniyan dan duta. Sige, ora na las 10, no? Sa, inigi, panansi, nangatali ko, gagawag binito na message si, alright, 10 o'clock, alright, si, hanggang, pero gaya, si Chairperson Kimberly Hines, gi ora na las 10 pa ako. Okay? Lo, finini na panilos, pago na haani, wala, definitely na tanay congratulations para todos ato siya sumililibra i Labor Day. Happy Labor Day weekend para todos samso. Utungwa nagwa masusesidi kita Amerika di presente. Managwa esti i juegon bola gua kompetensya. Titungo ko Oregon estilo masusesidi di presente sempre i Labor Day celebration. Bula siya manaw-tawta man hugagan doon esti ihoygon bola para todo samso ni man gay gikwenaw ginin i familia todo i sangkatan na Islas Marianas dan lokwi man ilutag Islan Guaham Happy Labor Day. Pag na Sabado lokwi gwa siya masusesidi gi Crown Resort with still niya History Conference unggan gwa invitasyon ma-extended para Marianas Agupa law isinaw mo nozo sa ngayon gi stasyon pa ako law bagsagi maktubenaw gi History Conference wa siya para mafata siya istorya di fina posta tutungo ko para matutuhon ginin itempon Matusalenes ti pag istia i tempon girandos para mo na lo istorya na konferensya po masusede gi Crown Resort. Pago na haane no dan Agupa Tilatio. Logwasya asunto man lalaylay apanielos ipiso ni nadingan. Pago na haane. Sa pinili na i-budget esta sige mo na. Sinya ha gumawa inakomprende sa mapasa uno 63 milyon pesos. Iniginaw na numero alang nos chairman Senate si Dono Manglo niya Senator Manglo niya dan lokwi fanan guha inakomprende dan isang papa na guma na pwede umapasay na sa kinadga mo na ifutmal na serbisyo publiko zangin sige zangin ti munahong no pues sinya gua siya man ma cut papa no serbisyo sa takumprendia na gi karera mo na zangin tinahong siyempre ultimo niya Oktubre siya gwa siya man masede pa siya man mataba siya serbisyo publiko inigi na direksyon ni manggaygi zangin ti kumalamping mo na ekonomiyata sa baho gipresenti pago i-otro gwini sa gwaisti na diniskuti gimapos na Sabado managang magi at kadi si Mayor RB Sablan, RB Camacho sa gwasya asunto inifefekta opisina at kadi ginin edzo siya na asunto apadelos dan finaisin gini publiko na naging matay si Timpun Utsan man pinagasi tsalan tay mano di tasangan earlier bula Utsan sa siya problema siya kana tabla gwalo rice siya itaw-taw man gugunggong puris siya na taw-taw tano manggaygi gwini siya na lugar sa angwa matay lokwe inigi siya finaisin niya si Mea na anisisita siya asistimento gini departamento public land na umaatan ito siya na kontrata iman manoy i-quarry ilasyo gwa size na quarry gipresente na manana si bisyo opisina ni at kadi at kumedi siya maagang kaskaw law umujong na esta iat kadi ha latsay i-half finaisin niya 100 cubic yard gi todos the size da mamamaisin ko siya mas ma-extend na sistemento so guaha dididi no inakomprendi gini ni DPL para ato siya na quarry i-estaman malisensya guaha siya finaisin dan guaha siya no impormasyon manhahalong gini ni publiko dahunggan guaha managang iprograman Marianas Agupa guato gi DPL sa tumaygwi sekretarya si Secretary Santos law ma-return phone call ginin as acting secretary si David Sablan the inagi na information yung malum send to cubic yard sinya gi kada inigi gi kontrata mananay wato ginin adto siya na quarry law ifundamento gini fundamento na itaw-taw ta zangin man mamadidisi tulos siya reglamento sinya siya man maalegra para umakubri na finaisin ipubliko na manggaygihit na man maninit bi adto siya na manilutay manggaygi na gi DPL kumutaza publiko pustaza tsetsu mizo kumutaza no publiko no tinisisaryo no guha kadi weni o sino guha gobyerno no manggaygis siya ginin ipubliko na tasisitpi Kasi nagi ida hululo. Hinggan guhay na siya i-tratamento na kontrata siya sa debut fan ma-follow na siya. Lo gi adibes niya no no importante na umaatan finaisin tawtaw. Itawtaw na tagang Northern Marianas Descent puro no siya no finaisin ginin ato siya na maniluta wa siya duminguhit naging tima alegra itsalan niya o sino no ay wato na kaskaw na para guaha parking lot no don't kulay na problema ginin gobernamento ta naging titanoy na sistemento. Kasi nigi fundamento gini gwa siya mansangan hujong na no tima extendin na sistemento watu gyat kadi gwa siya relasyon siya manlalaw manlalaylay hujong sa TDB no gaygi gweno sa hafa gobyerno with ultimately responsible na siya us masya gwaha siya judiciary gobyerno dyan man mailihi gwini importante siya man answerable gitawto. Kasi ni ginaw gikadada na eksplikasyon na pwede si Governor Palacios ugwaha no ufan matautsong papa dyan DPL dyan at kadi daw masabay na problema sa itawto man inefekta gwini. Kasi ni ginaw gizahululo sa siya man manaagang halom man mamamaysin at judo watu gyat kadi para ufan masetbi gweno siya gi assistmentun at naging matus ni timpul utsan sa tanak pa ko na manggaygi pa guha timpul utsan man pinagasi siya itsalan ni kantun salan man inconveniente tawtaw galo ni Sengsong naging tumaza cooperation gini ni DPL dan inquiry na siya ma-extend na sistemento watu at kadi na pautsogo siya sa pronto dan listo at kadi para extend na servisyo no zangkin tawza na material pues ipubliko sempre man mamadesi. Kasi ni na pwede maagang halong DPL na yung presidente ni gobyerno so why na nakomprende. I-otro ko ini importante sa talilya hujong na guaha no mansangan na harisig na si EPSS commissioner sa hunggan humusong yan na resign di kung iguaha no rason po hininlo niya ito. Nagwa siya manlalaylay siya palabra mansangan hujong nagwaha otro siya umakwetsa hujong para hujong si Commissioner Ada sa humalong complain ginin otro na empleo ginin mapus na sakal lo esti complain lagin matto develop itatan na hunggan turi tempo esti i-complain no gay bali esti sa debut maatan sa hunggan ipresenti maatan gi state board di PSS lo este no maski un anyo an para un katkulay no apana disdi at 2022 na complain sa tapawag ti basasad ba usguaha siguro gi PSS gumugo ti inigi uno na no direksyon o sino uno na hinaso otro zangin no inistod ba itawto na mangumpleplen hapa na taza humalong complain gi polisiya inigi otro pati sa taza humalong complain na maakatsaji di polisiya za esta maski un anyo este Unggan wahazil niya debi un exhaustia administrative no regulation lo ko inigi enaw nagaigi ma debi ma exhaustia administrative antes di un fanfayo di pulisya no sinya dinan siya no lo usually zangin guaha mana danyo haw ma ma ma-istot ba ma-sexual harasso po sempre debi lokri un pag-complain di pulisya. May pagwahe no na record sa zanggin taza za maski un anyo no inigi siya manhuhuzong za manlalaylay no gi halumi sengsong di presente pogo. Man madiskukute no siya gi papatrong kun mangga. O siya di no ilihible no siya na rason hapan nati man file di pulisya. O sa siyempre tatungoy no giman mamamayla siya na tempo mo no note siya i-otro gwini no alright i-Department of Labor lo kwe para wahay stealing niya no job fair para matutunes ti apanelos ki September dia 15 wato gi Crown Resort ginini ora na las 9 hasta ora na las 3 ikaluani para ato siya iman manaliligaw tsotso pabot masya temporary no bisita wato Crown Resort di September dia 15 naging gwa interes mo matsotso. Unggan, esta madanda ni kampana kanilos. Wini na simana, madanda ni kampana. Esta gumaha nuevo na organisasyon politika para matutun mo na quit pun Republican Party esti nuevo esti na manihanti para kabisat mo na. Former Lieutenant Governor Diego Benavente Paraguiza o Kazun grupon Republican Party. Okay? Inigi esteno madanda ni kampana. Democrats taza trabian no ti madadanda ni kampanan niya. Independent na grupo taza lokwe ti madadanda ni kampanan niya. Rhino na grupo bilas siya Republican in name only taza lokwe trabia tiba dadanda ni kampanan niya Dino Democrat in name only ni Dino tihatututun kumazon mo na taza ipresenti pa ako organisagwi na para danda ni kampanan niya Republican. Si former Lieutenant Governor Diego Benavente po kadul mo na esti na grupo siyempre talili para tayo mano esti man mamamayla na tempo para tayo mano kinalamting sengsong sa hunggan ini siya man masusesidi ki presente panelos mala sa guaha siya gwinilokwe no asunto gini as delegate kilili pinini na no umujong na esta alagno si delegate kilili Gazeta ginin as President Biden anunsyo para azu siya na manamkota wa sirbisyo ng programa para seniors in the Marianas linya si delegate kilili na first na 10 na medication esta presente pa ako manegosyo dyan Medicare para manatunog ipresyo para manamkota para fan maadjuda manamko okay inigi ano apa na adjudo amot apa na klasin amot high blood este siya na amot ili quiz ibagang zat rito na probiniti para umunga manamkota na gwajo na blood clots. Hindi siyempre tumunog i-presyon amot high blood. Diabetes. Tanto diabetes para tunog siya amot niya Zardians. Ito na amot Farxiga. Ginun mananayaw nino ni medikumo fiaspe zanovia hindi siya naabot na para na maulik ato siya na manawtaw-tay man mamadedisi pud diabetes. Sige, para matsugwi manigugo siesta na para manatunong i-presyo para pan maajuda iman manamkota. Law kaugwaha tatsutsugi kwinigi zo taloko sa nigi ginin i federal kaugwaha i kongresuta i manggay siya naman mailihi administrasyon di presente kaugwaha matsutsugi para hitag wini no tatko mo i presente pa ako para ito siya na manawtaw-tay manggay wini na manamko i man disable sa hanisisita loki siya sistemento. Esteno ta diskutya di mapos na Sabado lo bala tira mas mo na no ko sina man maajun man ang kota gipandan is the electric bills CUC no wasya jiniti ginini manawtawta ideo siya na dangin manholom siya na ajudo siya mas lukwi mo na manang kota mas man maulik mo na dinilala niya sa tanan matus ti tempon mighty za mautot CUC daw kululo na problema para ato siya na bangko. Wa masusedi sa Amerika 64 anyos este na tawtaw palawan este za ti ha posi izon electric bill za mapuno izon ya power ane mapuno sige man ogang hiyagaan niya sa tawza o ba-answer telephone. Ano yung matuwa to? Kasoda na estatiso sinanaw niya gikouts. Pud i-mighty that isinya ha afford yamko na pero apose zo na kwenta. Kasi nigi siya za mga na to susedesti wini. Guasya ideo man holom na kausinya ufan maajuda siya na manangkota 75 para hulo. Kasi ufan manoy na siya dididi no ajudo ginin gubernamentota pwera di esta mananaya ajudo lo kausinya mas ufan maajuda siya zangin fatitinas 25 mil isakan para papa pues no masya mananay masya 500 pesos kada sakan za maajuda o sino esta tiun matax dangin dangin patitinas 25 mil isakan para papa sinya no tima taxawa esta dangin matto no gidat 80 para hulo no sinya mano ayo lokwi no incentive na para na maulik kita no mo za ma-premium 1,000 pesos. Ini siya na programa siya man ma-extendi para man ang kota. Ufan mafaisin how di malago tumungo computer. Sa bulan naman ang ko, di siya man na silbi telephone sa mampus no complicate smartphone, computer di siya. Kau siya man programa binin sa sangan kau siya ufan mafa na agri fa maguon manom ko free computer class gi NMC o NM Tech. Bunga na ufan manoy ufan maposi tuition. Di siya na si bisyo lokwi na para akot sa dani half man ma-extendi para manamko ginin as President Biden. Pues ko nahong tatsutsugoy binigi local level no inigi question no para ato siya naman ilutay manggay gigwen ng hutso. Man manginit bigi kapasidad kongreso o sino senador na siya maaligaw siya no sa lapi niya para ufan maajuda isi siya manamkota siya ginin 75 para hulog esta sa tibula sigun gi census na matufong no 591 ha na taw-taw na manamko i-presente pa Ustibula, na gasto para ta sistema ng kota. 591 na na taw-taw gipresente. na manamku is ginin 75 years old, esta over 85 years old. Sa lagin motto ginaw sinya gi 75, pues unma ajuda. Unma noy premyo sa obviously maulik kinanuno mo, unhadaday kinanuno mo, sa motto gatsa na edad. 75 pues unma premyo masya. Pues bula siya asistimento siya manapanhalom. Na lagin matto ginaw na eskalera esta za undingo i familia, pues siya man hakikin gi siya benefits. Fuera di unisisibi siya, lugwa siya asistimento para manamkota. Kasi di ginaw natasasangan na tanak na umbis i federal government esta sige mo na ha-extendi asistimento para manamkot. Alright, po nigi apa ni nos gipresente pa ako wag video by lang nusa pud i tasasan i asunto ng zero na mata lang nusa na video.
To start producing our local foods, not only for food security, but to assist our people in healthy foods.
The Cagman Agricultural Farms and Producers Association is hoping to build a more sustainable future. The group, which started in 2022, represents 47 commercial farmers. They're inviting more farmers and ranchers to join their cause. KUAM sat down with leadership at a local restaurant where they shared their plans and concerns.
A lot of times we face problems with rotten crops because nobody wants to buy because the market is saturated. So the association is trying to get the concept that will bring about that crop rotation success. And that is to allow farmers to select certain crop and through schedules and timing be planting these crops on a rotational basis.
They're hoping to work on that plan with the Department of Agriculture so that farmers can make the money they anticipate. Local leadership told us that while they have support from the governor and legislature, they still need more aid in getting updated farming equipment, seeds designed for the environment, and in pest management. They also want to work with local schools to build the next generation of farmers.
The products are very high. So to combat that inflation, we really need farming. This is the time now for everybody to go out and farm. At least, the subsistence type of farming that will really help with the economy.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Alright, sige Gansun Chairman De La Cruz magayat winigi Islan Tinian di waka okay. Alright. Maila. Okay, sige sa waktu na yes tingin mo. Chairman, ¿cuánto nagwaka este? 100 some. Jadi tasasinan gini KUAM si Tomas Manglonia lalos din di Farmers Association. Esta sige mo na makazun mo na este za guas potasyon siya manghuzo. Wala apanelos da tapan sige mo na gwini za tanakihalom si Guela agatete tanaolom si Guela agatete gwini. Alright. Buena Agateti, buenas. Mala na tatsuli report gini na eskwela Agateti kung sige mo na.
Hey, Glenn, finanina, si Masi para si Senyor Charles dan Senyora Lorna Manglonia, si humuhugwi si Agatete para upresenta mensahin Marianas Agupa para pagunaogan. Day, Glenn. Jan kung toruhan jugwe na hujung ni man kungo gwini gi Marianas Agupa konversasyon finut sa moro. Ginisangkatan na isla siya sa ipan tinian luta. Sa kuntodo, hamjugwe na hujung gi Estados Unidos principalmente imamis sanggado na islang Guahan. Hafaday todos, iketong mensahe para pago na ogan, ginini islang Guahan, zani islang luta. Finenina, mensahe ginini islang Guahan. Put kampag impact dyan si Congressman Jim Moylan. Ikandid news muna hujung mensahe ilaling niya na si Jim Moylan, Guam's delegate para U.S. House of Representatives na ti humunenisto pudi sa lapi kampag impact ni para islang Guahan. Si Michael San Nicolas, hagas Guam delegate giza Washington. Malago para gobernong Guahan, gwinihagi mapus na eleksyon, lauti hafatinas. Ilaling niya na si Moylan hadadagi itawtagwahan pud nay ti hatramoha sa lapi gi Kongreso ng Amerika para i-impact i-compact of free association ginini sa Micronesia. Karasakan manmanai kwaham 15 milyon ginini Kongreso ng Amerika pud i-compact impact para ukinubri na necesidad servisyon gubernamento taki como para i-eskwela, servisyon hinemlo, dyan seguridad, komunidad, kosaki ufan manai proprio na servisyo, itaw-taw i-free association ni manyasaga gwinigi islang Guahan. Pago nasakan kulanti hari para si Congressman Moylan jati manggagaw sa lapi para na importantin asunto. Lao, kulang para utampi idiskuidu niya si Congressman Moylan, jaha fokus gi COFA, COFA ni Marinueva kada 20 años na tempo. Esti obligasyon i-eksektibo ng Amerika sa nilugar ni membro gi COFA. Gaygigig pwesto ni majoria dyan magobeben na i-house. Iposisyon niya gi Committee i-House of Natural Resources sen maulik ni para utramoha sa lapi para ikampag-impang lauti eno masusedi sa malingo sa Guam no esti na salapi. Primetsakan na finalagwayon si Moylan ni para umarinoiba ikofa con tiempo. Inegosasyon ni para urinoiba ikampag-impang matutuhon gi 2022 di malas nagwahan ti aktibo gi durante reglamenton esti na asunto humujong na 20 años na kontrata makpuhagwi ni September 30, 2023. Pago na mes, zakon todo isalapi ni manmananay kada sakan izakwaham pud kampag impact of free association. Isalapi para kampag impact tiginin esti na kontrata. Si paraw dyan ma-aproposito ginin i-Kongreson Amerika. Giti aman na tempo tati tres na kontratang kampak marinoiba zat sigiha man resibi sa lapi karasakan sa matsogwi idinansin na tsotso para usiguro na guaha congressional appropriation. Ahi tipud i-kampak. Klaro na timagahit finono niya si Moylan sa timalago para disponsable pudi malingon sa lapi para guahan. Gov na piniti na irepresentanting Kongreso ng Amerika giningguan adit na tiha atende maulik irresponsibilidad niya para minaulik i tautawguahan. Pago sengginat sa indukto si Congressman Jim Moylan zatisinya o matok sa todo ha tumungo por este na siniseli. Y otro, DUA, Disaster Unemployment. Gwiniha gimamamela September dia 5, 2023, matutuhon siyempre i-Disaster Unemployment Assistance na programa para todo individual ni man inafefekta tsetsuniha no ipjun mawar. Nafan listo hamzo, man manaplika gigon ha maanunsya gi radio o sino i gaseta. Este na jurun salapi temporaryo ha ginini FEMA para kubri i tempo nito maichi so por razón ginin ipanso. I disaster unemployment assistance para apasitati retroactive ginini Mayo 28, 2023 está en Noviembre 25, 2023 jangin siya kaso na sige ha kumalifikao itauto esta i ultimum i programa. Itanto si salapi para umano i kada tauto ni tumaichizo ma katkukula na para i islangguahan 384 madetermina gini ni US Department of Labor. Jangin sa kaso na esta marehistrar hao gi hireguam.com na siguro na aktibo ijomo account. Pago jangin tisinya humalum hao gi account mo pues email watu i webadmin@dol.guam.gov para maajuda. Jangin nuevo na para fanaplika rehista hao gi hireguam.com. Para mas informasyon, agang watu i Guam Department of Labor gi telephone 671-475-7000 or 7001 o sino bisita i dol.guam.gov/DUA. Mensahe ginin luta. Lo mikokozo gi halobutan 3 días na tempo por para bay hufanyule video ni hafasiya man masusesidi gwini giza luta. Mat manjo sa mansen aktibo itauto siya principalmente itauto gobyerno gwini na isla. Go sa hamzo omega i video na hutsuli para in ega.
Alright, malak na play si ipidinin agwe agatete
of medicine here, and we are very proud to have and feature residents from Rhoda in this documentary. So this is used as an educational source to inform and teach and preserve the knowledge and history of medicine making. And so with this, we'd like to thank everybody, and we hope you enjoy. And I'd like to also welcome Azita to come up and give a few words before we begin and showcase or feature this documentary. Thank you. De 75 años en el mundo. Lo destina con agradeci y tinonizo sa impatihan. Sa gininhanzo na was no mala falta y aman gizagwa sa esta anay instituto esta kanatatanza. Pues anay matubini si Julie Calvos and si Luman Nornia no recibiha sa 19 años. 19 años din sa Trieste. Sa hanzo na gagi medyo gay naman so ang TV in interview recognize hamzo na magmatuam sa kwang quick, right? Sa man apat TV, itimi mo put amot lo.
Buenas ang saludo. Gagizo gini pago gi commerce oficina ni komisyante gini gizaluta. Jagwaha bisya gini mat gini ni jagwahan islas no masya utsan jan no tikos mo lagi templo mangof bad baru mantalang magi especially este señor Panginan dan si señor Frank, si Frank, dan si Ando, si CJ, si Chris, RD Curry, dan si señor Tami Mendiola. Pues malago zona para be cocina, no briefly cocina in diskuti hafay rason naman matu hamzu za manginin mano hamzu magi na organisasyon. Zita, cocina mo no ni Labaria.
So, mamato Pablo sa uno, akong bida mesti si Guelo Farad. Magi sa esti para ben na famta edzi iamat lo edzi documentary di pagum inahuhudzum. Put todo imanzo amtigi za Marianas. And I mean, pues esti historia niya, fanan mas di 19 años di recogi todos tinasiya na historia za edzigi pa ko'y produkto. Za para ta nalo za tapat no
Publiko.
Imanya Lucia i Marianas sa historia ni Marianas i doamtin i Marianas the loqui otro na and para ben maliksyon ham yes Guelo Farad but otro na I mean mas focus na put esti amot na esti halom tano amot. Pues necesita comprendi para upat na kuihir hafasti sa esti tanota right itano jangin ti taprotehi jangin ti ediki mo affecta ihinamota man malamuhe jangin ti respecta esti tano right esti I manyaynak hagasta mafat na kuit na respeta todo at manharmed hi halantano is I mamaisin and manhano I manzo amti bofal amor edzi I mas claro hi hinasunia para hafa zan edzi I matatazi para manaini edzi I amor ni mas pipia
Mamaisin permiso como keling mo.
Permiso loloqui edzi I espiritu I manyainata para magia mana na pomasoda I amor sa para I pomana homlo edzi I malong.
Imalang. Do Senyor Chris, ardi gwapon sangat?
Ngano kalan hadzau si Miss Zita Pangilinan ititanosu na hasongan na si Guelo Farad ilengnya na omut ihalun tanota. Haso ano na palabra? Omut ihalun tanu. Pues para hamzu na majoria para ninela esti faisin maisa hamzu. Janginin hingi na omut ihalun tanu. Zailengnya militar hunisita amut pabay hatsay miso. Malala tafaisin maisay monuit na manggaiki.
Okay, pues bonito. Si Jesus maasi no nainai karena na mensahe sa dangkulo tadong fundamentonya jabe hongi si Guelo Farad na hunggan amor enige sa kwa personalmente hu experiencia jagwaha hana na kondisyon gizwa anay hu experiencia unsi mona gihalum tano si Jesus maasi talo ja pwede infansafu tati gihinanaw mijo jan in Chile mas hafan na informasyon in nalilio. Sa pwede lagi mamamela ka na tempo ta kontinua manita mo na o maregla hafan importante po kulturata ni kulturan sa moro sa man uno itatalo. Okay, si Jesus Masi, senyora, senyor, jantor sanjugueno, si Guelo Farang, si Jesus Masi. So, pagugwinin na hubisisita Youth Congress Representative as Senator Aiden Hokok Calvo. Senator Calvo, malangozo na unsangan diriri po di Zomo Bill number 19-02 ni para estableci Youth Community Garden. Kausinya explica diriri po de eno.
First of all, thank you, Marianas Agupa, for the question. Now, despite the name, the Youth Community Gardens is going to be a lot more than just a garden. And it will be a cinema-wide program that will be an educational opportunity for the youth to learn about agriculture, about food security, about biosecurity, to protect the integrity of the commodities of our island. And it will help them become self-sustaining and maybe become expert farmers where they can help their economy and where they don't need to work for the government, where they don't have to work in limited employment. And I myself come from a family of farmers, and I have experienced good life and quality food harvested from our farm. And too few students have the opportunity to experience what it means to build something with their own hands to feed themselves. And like my grandpa Tang always told me, people eat 3 times a day, and we need to provide for those meals. So as long as we can grow our food, we can support our economy and support ourselves. Mind you, food is expensive, and that is because most of our food is imported. And that is why we need to show the youth how they can support their food security, how they can grow their own food. And outside of the economical impact, it provides an opportunity for students for family bonding, for their families to come together to build something together. And it creates an opportunity where the children can help put food on the table. And thus, it can positively affect all of us. Thank you, Marianas Agupa, for giving me the opportunity to briefly explain my intent with this bill. And thank you to all the youth for supporting me and listening to what I have to say.
Gwinin na hubisisita resident department head as Chris Ogo, ginini Community and Cultural Affairs. Pago na ogan. Senyor Ogo, no hungo por ezi zomo initiative na workforce initiative. Kausinya alaba mas no para manaikungo Gwinigi Marianas Agupa talk show, alaba mas.
Si Jose Marianas Agupa por esta oportunidad y para by fakta no hafay naatan Gwinigi Honorable Aubrey Hokuk administration gumagizo gi Department of Community and Cultural Affairs da zaun todo kumumprendi na gwini na Departamento wa Division of Nutrition Assistance Program. Imas matungonya i-food stamp. No giloeste na programa, lamigay na maniluta no na manchatsat saga no sumutsule este na beneficio da esta ta comprendia na kada mes man receive coupon. However, no govmalago zo na mela ta extendi mas da tanaladong kulo i programa da tanaya oportunidad estisya na clients da ufan manhaso da pwede matanga na no ufan sauno gini gi para ufan manaligaw tsotso da este na oportunidad hukum bida i Northern Marianas College i CREASE program i Department of Commerce gini gi zaluta Department of Lands and Natural Resources para ben fandanya da paben na guaha action plan no za guinya agi 2 dias tati no naigumaya loke Marianas Agupa guini na junta no indiscuti por este cottage industry. Now, tatunga utan tigof migay tsotso pues huhasu na klase i zangin toza bakantin tsotso taimanu na ipatanagwa tsotso sin bakantin tsotso pues guiza este cottage industry giza India mafananan village industry malaza bay na tsadika zangin guaha 600 na guma ginigiza luta zasinya talo malaza takumbinsi 20 na guma na ipofan mamproduksi hofasya na klaseng produkto tatsuli na produkto zatana talang nusudong databendig sa Ipan, Guam, no enteramente Micronesia. No itinitonya mela dataplanuzi. Zainigi namandanyam ginigi 2 dias tati i para ba tutun i kombisasyon no tutun i plano na ipabain undia provisenta giat kadi dan imanmagas ginigi zaluta. No iminaulingnya i patanaya oportunidad not only nutrition assistance program recipients lo todo siya imangaygi gi komunidad luta kumugwano na oportunidad coming from DCCA NMC CREASE no commerce deal and then especialmente Gininas Honorable Aubrey Hokok Zani Rota leadership. Si Jesus Masi.
Alright. Mala, ta pananog watu tinian pago. Alright. Tanawlom si Chairperson CPA Kimberly King Hines. Buenas and half a day ginin tinian.
Buenas and half a day and tiro, Toto Marianas. Buenas, Glenn. Si Jesus Masi para sa oportunidad. Dispensa na gagi tanizong gumazuusa gao obligasyon no pago na sabalon kan sa loleko na importante sina conversation sa si Jesus Masi ne oportunidad para ta diskutis ti ya mas sesedi CPA pago na ugkan.
Alright, si Jesus Masi talo no bunitas ti gumaygi si Kimberly kumugwidza i chairperson ni CPA. Pinene na no apazuno Zauna pa paisino nistin no chairperson utungo nasta mapasa i resolution nilalig mo para umahat sa i fees gi airport gi tinian sa ipan ng luta no enige no explica di fan chairwoman.
Okay, si Jesus Masi na question Glenn zalig ko na given the impact estina i-aksado ni premyo gi plaza todo dusir gi za Marianas man ina-affecta za ekwako tunastati gi abri ani pagumuzungzo gi gaseta sa ulangus katta para si Secretary Pete Buttigieg gini ni US Department of Transportation para bebe ingago no azudu pero na CPA supplemental grant assistance para i-operations sa i-tourist industry trabia ti muna lutati gi pre-pandemic levels taigwi gi Estados Unidos no todo sila tumungo na antes di COVID tres na market sumesedbi ito tourist industry thought como i Japan, i Korea, i China market za stisya na tourist no sumustetteni i tourism industries ang loki mo nalalala i ekonomiyan Marianas todo sila loki no tumuno tumungo ganong huzong na humuzungi gobernota zaignya na necesaryo na para ta gunos hit ni turis siya ginin China sa bula kinalamtin sa interes militar gini sa Marianas za paramzo ni ti tumungo ganong huzong i-tourist antes di COVID a representa kana 50% ni tourist ni man mafatu antes di pandemic zaglan zanggini turis ihanum ni muna lalala ekonomiyata hafa tay manu para tananahong hanum para todo zanggin tapuno igrifu ni permaninizi kana 50% mus na hanum ni tanisisita para ekonomiyata zan para ta suporta i operation si plaza za obligasyon mami como board of directors para beben na ligodzi za beben na nahong za beben panaligo manu ni para beben lupong misericordia ni para beben susteni zan para beben continua no airport operations bulat ti kumomprendi ka na ozong na ofazina niya CPA ti mananay fondo gini ni legislatura za obligasyon niya i-board para beben fatinas sa lapi ni afa ginagago para beben na pasi todo i-gasto i-operation, i-DB, za ni pagamento ni empleo. Za i-plan ni man mafatu. E zigi mo asigugura na guaha fengkas para CPA para wapasi todo yung obligasyon niya. Za gipago na momento tinahong plan, zang tinahong tourist, manaalum para unahong i-obligasyon. Sa toza otru lupo nga nesinya para beben sorda, necesitahan na para ben haksay premyo dan para ben rebaha i gasto ni operation. So tunga na makadestin na desisyon, we didn't make it lightly. Lo estigi necesaryo dan estigi obligasyon mami para ben ligo of time manu para ben nanahong beben na pasi DB ipagamento dan yafa siya na gasto ni para mababay airport.
Okay, no bonito na explikasyon chairwoman lo giadlibes niya no kau kumitsanti siya ne manggaypat ko na iri kau hafamon sinintinyan ne gwa hatsada siya ki hatsadan i paro aposi kau ugwaha mohon no reservation ne para na munga siya sta man magtumagi maribay zunya flight para siya namay but azu siya i man guaha interes niya para masetbi Marianas kau u fan malogo pa ugo pud inay guaha no fee increase di eno explikasyon mo no bonito lo gi adlibes niya no kau inatan no
ungan jazigi na gof makaresin na desisyon zen nigiloki no nagikada oportunidad ni guaha gi no anjangin manalya mi zani federal zani militar ileleku na zangin nigi direksyon zani nigi finaisin Amerika no gatu gi goberno na mungay no ni tourist ni China pes gua loki under covenant ne obligasyon niya san lagu Amerika Estados Unidos si federal na pro ma-assist Marianas pro ma-develop o siya na market no zagwaha under covenant particularly Section 904B nililenya the United States government will assist the government of the sea namay to develop afazina tourists and economic interest abroad sa tadza no, so because we're a sovereign under the United States no siya obligasyon niya pro connected right zani otrusya na nasyon pro mababas ti siya tourist pipeline pesanggen mungay ni China Debbie di guaha or tuna market to come online. Sa magay no finomo. Babas din na situation. Baba para plaza, baba para ekonomiya. Sa mientras mas agagon peron lan, mas ti malago i-plan man matu. Zen nigi gikatoku u explica kazi si Pete u explainenias gato ka Secretary Pete Buttigieg na you know esti yafa necessity geopolitics right. Estige na mungay China sa pudi geopolitics. No? Okay. Todo do sila man agree. Man Amerikano Lo, debi loki do gwa alternative. za kisinga na petasangan na mungay Chinese. Sen taza otru inepi, taza otru na afasenya na market. Zay kentotoso pagod sa Department of Defense, gikada manalyami, no? Esti geopolitical tension, ti problema na Amerika, ti problema na sinamay, na i-region, edi na mafananan regional, no? Japan, mafatu mo train gi Marianas. Korea, mafatu mo train gi Marianas. Australia, mafatu mo train gi Marianas, no? I-militat niya. Debis siya ni parewa ane pagumafatinas ane paguman-agree na para ma-relocate di Marines ginino Okinawa para Guam i Japanese government manai America $10 billion para ma-sustenis ti na policy. Ofa na pago na tisinya malipara i-impact esti na desisyon gi ekonomiya. Za ukomprende afa leleg mo. Zotunga na afa zinanya na enigi sempi i-impact. Jadi na no i-board ti makpa ni para haksay premyo esta papaga sige ay nagang sa US Secretary of Transportation para bebenaligo after manu otro na klasin remedio ni para beben natunok papay premyo kosa ki singata ajuda mas monalala ekonomiyata.
Alright. Mono nagaygi o mono tsinya i-essential air service na request na para ma-assisti i-CPA gini di federal government?
So edyo na ginago no tipo musibli sa malago dyan na bebegago si Congressman Kilili unsendang kulo na si Zusmasi ni muzong loki za champion in necessity ni essential air service especialmente para itotolutan ni mas maninefekta ni sti premyo ni ifleti lo tinahong sa potasyon gi Congress para masapota i-expansion ni para ma-include i Marianas yun na programa lo eno na route ni natutudzi i-otro na route ni naliligo that's happening now in continuous na conversation dyan advocacy with the Department of Defense and papaisin siya kosinya no siya mo champion loki esti na need za para ma-include under next National Defense Authorization Act. So different siya na natsalan pagu inaliligo dyan na atan dyan inatitutuzi para bebenaligo remedio para hita todo.
Seaport no have we ko istagwahan na ita man inaligaw no tsalan na para takumbida siya i-cruise liner na para uninagwa kinalamping salapi along di ports.
So gwaha eno na oportunidad lo i-problema pagu i-afadina niya i-draft no zangan malago ni siya dongkulo na cruise ship of analum ni sita i-chano o madrej pero allow di siya i-dongkulo na boti po na batku ni po fanalum no CPA went out and applied for competitive grant funding under Merit. Zaman manai we got awarded this money ni pa matutu ni studies ni para matogi dredging. So that's another option. Dongkulo na differential lo I just want to point out na dongkulo na differential budget di plaza dan budget di seaport momolika lo pudi afadinanya za taza no taza fees gi seaport man mahaksa lo no we're still afadinanya applying austerity measures across the board despite the fact na momolika ileblonya i financial gi seaport sa pudi gana sinentizi debil ta fan corazon da debil lokit ta fanita no gi minasapit.
Alright. Utungwa na gwasya no izomo siya vendors i-CPA gwasya no vendors i-Star Marianas zan utro siya na vendors no i-Rota Terminal and Transfer Company kau esti siya kau maapapasi dibinya gwatu i-CPA za if not no what is the board doing about it is there an outstanding debt or how much is the outstanding debt, if any?
Okay. Ala first be patsay Star Marianas. Tisinga mas bula besangan po Star Marianas, resta besangan na ungan kana esta kana 5 million with interest Star Marianas madidibi CPA ti man papasi landing fees para offer siya na klasin fees this 2015. No, we're currently in litigations no put mangaga migi kotti tisinga mas be alabas ta kimonazan na offer decision ni kotti. No polo zang monazan be hudun za be patsa mas za be explicadi publico ap mafta manu izi. Pagusti RT&T no their they are current on their payment lo utunga na no bulag ipubliko no manmamadedesi sa afazinanya Senator Paul has been bringing up charges the RT&T mampus agwagwan sa nagagagwan mas effectus no. There's also been a call by certain community members na poro ma-terminate the contract ki RT&T za poro malangu suzung talo poro mabit kasi ki nebu na kompanya no poro halum lo in 3 guaha contract no the contract tisingang puna solo guaha just cause no gua default zagi kada guaha no RT&T ti matutsogi tori tempo ini issue of estima fananan notice of default. Pes gua gi under reglamento ginagago na bebenay tempo ni poro malegra zagi kada man ma-issue notice of default tori tempo makukumpli i-offer matsogi under a contract. Lo estigi pago na momento indiskukuti dyan si Mayor Nobry, dyan si Senator Mendiola, dyan si Senator Manglonya, si Senator Dono Manglonya na Debbie i-Roda leadership sa RT&T contract 3 years sa left the contract za sempia Debbie ginagago dilay di maudong sa mga RFP no za kumo estigi problemanya zangin una ni monopoly tada competition no right they can basically set the rates however they want to set it tisinga CPA na problem pero entalo ta pasangani na hey RT&T este singa por on charge taza turidat mami no zai lekuna nituko haji o alum kumo monopoly sempita ginia talo na situation pues Debbie pagui Roda leadership za malago we've been requesting to sit down and meet afa malagumizo parentiagi nestina situation sa different opportunities gano huzung thought kumo estima fananan public private partnership no sinya ha municipal afani crane no za zonya municipal crane pes edzoma contract is bisyo sinya loki CPA there's different types of arrangement lo ikombisasyon ni para matog ni poro mana posible no Debbie di masusese di pago no kosa kita ligo different avenues and channels za kumusingan na manyuli sa lapi under grant no tatutun sumo gi pago.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson Nenona comment. The other question really I know that there you said 3 years that in the past ko tonza may ma write off izunia Rota Terminal and Transfer Company. Has there ever been a written write off izunia debt the CPA?
Not to my knowledge. And never since I've been a board member, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Zanggen masusedi no gimapus antes di tempo ko. Pues tutungo lo distene pago bumort chair zu and member ni board zu. Taza ni ma write off ide.
Okay. So for the record, you're confirming during your term that debts from RT&T has never been written off of the books.
Not to my knowledge, not during my time. Lo zangen lo zabe bira sa tati gi Tuesday, zabe atan I record, za gumulatsi of finoo be tuli tati. Lo pago na ogan be confirm na taza tiningo, taza ni utungo, taza ni uli ni poro ma wave is on your arrears.
Okay, very good. Yocho no tuga na Gua siya tinanimo pagunogan sa appreciate na kumaigyaw sa bula siya concern kini publiko. Gua humalong concern siya. And on the decision to have a resolution to increase the fees, no, has that been passed already? Is that ma-adopt ng CPA?
Unggan ginigap niya.
Is that dito na ma-adopta?
Sa mo effective October 1st, beginning of the fiscal year.
Okay. Did the board of CPA consulted with the governor?
No, we did not consult with the governor. These are conversations that we've been having with the governor. We've met with the governor numerous times. Atunga igubetno afay CPA afana. Obviously, gua position niya with regards to China market. Gua ki obligation mami bebenaligo after manu para bebenanahungi za utunga na kulan siniud. Lokwi ni palabrabraso sa utungan na guana ba ni takfinado mampus tutungo of the mano trubesangan na ofazina niya, I'm only doing what I am obligated to do, and my job is to keep the airports open. And the fact is, you have to look and explore all different avenues and methods, no? Para bebe ligodzi, pero benanaho.
Alright, bonito sa your apazuno sturdy ang gizomo decision lo mga balefa loki chairperson na ultimately governor is responsible, which it's a good idea to have your board consult with the governor on that decision. So the box stops with the governor.
Yes, sir.
Iotro loki no tunga izomo no staff na servisi niya guano dididi sinentin niya zangin po pan mauto sa dunia at the present state of the economy. How do you gauge izomo employees morale needs when it's gonna probably take its toll?
Magaitan no. As a matter of fact, ginigap in Labor Day za may mafaisin zo para bebe fanoi dididi mensahe para staff. Za tumogi zo gimana ni staff zile tutungo staff pa besangan para amzo sa gikada sakkan ta celebras ti hanin Labor Day leku para penfan pasensya para na animo para petafan mesngon za inasokku na esta ekonomiya pero bira gi tatti gitagi after manu man masisedi gi Estados Unidos lo tiparel yafa masisedi gi San Lagos and ginigi za Marianas za trabia we're not back to normal to pre-pandemic levels. The only way for CPA to survive is zanggen takadi operations. Zanggan magay din affecta manamasi. Lo edza singa be ofresi na be continua maligo after manu no otusya na kasinsalan ni para taligo after manu peta sudai fondo cosa kita ajuda para taribahas siya premiums and para tananalo tati salapi para pagamento ni empleo.
Alright, Palza mas no tunga nagwasya man managang gizo kuno cell phone questions. Caller, I can take a call para izota chairperson on the landline. My cell phone is not working, but if you want to call, I'll give one call. I'll take one call. The landline 670-234-5929. Goga azumo 1 minute masiyano Kim.
Okay.
Okay, it's again call. Please call on the landline. We'll take one public comment or call question para si Kimberly, the chairperson of the Commonwealth Ports Authority. Again, the number is 670-234-5929. Zangigwa concern. Otherwise, okay, nagasagwa gini, okay. Yes, hello. Buenas, gua question para si Kim, chairperson. Yes, apa yung question na inan mo por favor na sadika? Inan mo por favor. Dani mo question na sadika. Okay, Ray, question. Apa?
Si Kimberly Hines ni apa siya ang pasangan politician cost analysis ni Taimano ni Pogia mo na isipin ni Taro Kalamtin Taimano ni pumaposi siya di niya ni and ini buat takar itaw ko mapona na accept ka lo debi no na kumpendi na zangin tawa sa lopi mo holum ne like dili seno ke CPA the malre no ke dunia ne but then must tell the board and then the box stops with the governor. So the reality of all knowledge and the hindrance of CPA, the board must move. So the position the governor now he has to understand the financial constraint that CPA is experiencing. But it was the airlines thing.
Okay, comment.
It will be determined by the travelers.
Okay.
Zangin Guaguan para Diana Magi Saipan.
Okay.
The Baratunya Mono para Hawaii. Is often up by the Fungasta.
Alright.
Para Ginafta Hawaii and Saipan.
Okay, lo toda mo question pa si is not a guess. You don't have a
I
question.
do agree. The question of payment I still know what agree offers the position in
Está.
GPA.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Kumugwa ko, one more call. May take one more call. Zangin gua question pa si Jota guess. So gua comment. That's a good comment. Pero Ken, there's a no action. Hindi nas raise na call. Okay. Zangin taza call again 670-234-5929. Otherwise to okay. Any other last word, Kim? Tungwa na title loki pa ako kay Mazuz law.
Dispensa sa bebe fanapongi gini 10:30 lo utunga makare sila conversation the mampus you know, there's bula na issue the malago na begago un sendong kulo na si sina putinidon.
Uno na ko, I'll take this last call. Okay, last call para si Kim. I-chairperson ni CPA, non-move, por favor.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Glenn.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Chairwoman Kimberly. John Benaventis.
Hello.
Adi tayo sila, Chairwoman, tawda, zudo, no, manayo, ini ni Benaventis, dan ni legislatura, ini ni Kelsa, dan ni Alta. Eligi ulo na ito po question dan i-observe ani durante ni pandemic dan pre-pandemic sa pwede titumula alun yung tourist na naalun inilices na nasyon tao-tao ni China, South Korea dan Japanese. Apa na cost-cutting measure in schedule when the CPS pwede maalun sa lakti. Ilawa.
Okay.
Jesus Maxi.
Alright. Bonito na question zo gini nila taping, gini Guam zo, Kimberly. Go ahead and respond.
Thank you very much. Para na question. Okay, those mo question. If na question ko man ma-receive CPA, ARPA, or AFA siya na klase federal funding gini pandemic. I-answer para na question hunggan. I-offer na niya CPA man receive directly gini ni Department of Transportation CARES Act funding and ARPA funding, no? Pasungkan man ma-receive at zigi sumaseteni pa gui CPA eno na salapi ifondun i CARES Act and ARPA. Lo esta no pago para i CPA pero exhausta eno na salapi. Otro na mo question i-offer na klaseng cost savings cost-cutting measures no sa pudileng mutaza tourist manalum no gi CPA insegi sa gi durante nesti pandemic. Okay. Moli ka na question sa Bulan na to sumangan na often na ti no na sa zangintaza ni plans and tourist siya manaalum often na ti in ribaha I operational expenses and often siya, right? I answer para no na question I CARES Act funding ni in recibi gini ni Department of Transportation a prohibit I CPA na para to offer niya na para reduce siya izo niya for example I personnel zani operations sa enigi I punton niya enigi that's the purpose of the CARES Act because atungay Department of Transportation na toza tourist manaalum zan toza travel activities at zigi naman manoy airport sa lapi kosa kisinga ma-maintain 100% operation. Under the CARES Act regulation, tisinya, we had to maintain at a minimum 90%, basically, right? Tisinya man terminate. Toto, there's a lot of restrictions. Pues estishay cost-cutting measures, nedi masasangan na, puditaza tourist peta utsum. Well, zangin receive na federal funding, wa obligasyon mo under federal funding. Sa gwalo ki obligasyon mo na paron maintain I plaza, paron keep it open 24 hours of the day for for whatever reason, right? Emergencies, diversion landings, etc. So I hope that answers your question. Na offer niya na ungan in receive federal funding, iotro no pudi restrictions gini gi federal funding, tisinya bula siya na klasin measures bensegi that would violate the grant assurance requirements.
Okay. All right. That's about it. No, Kim, Zeus Masi. Any last word? Malago para natungo iman tungo pa agot piniyan. Luta dan winigi ito ikapitata kita sa ipan.
Toza Glenn, other than no man utunga na makari tempo lo tafana susteni, tafana considera, tafan agwaiza, tafana famolik za tanoi kampo para patafan to have discussions. Let's be able to have discussions and learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. We're all not going to have the same ideas or same opinions, but we should have the opportunity and a safe space to have conversations with each other so that we can, find a better way for all of us, no? Sizus Masi, please be healthy, take care of yourself. Sizus Masi.
Keep doing the healthy running, Kim?
Yes, I love running. Man, I invite all of you guys to come out and join me one day. It's a good way to relieve stress, no? Make sure na prevention is better than cure. No, bulagi familya ko man no corazon man no diabetes dali na baratunya para bebe faman za bebe falago kini bebe may dialysis kasi sige na no na kada dia o prioritize izoku exercise.
Está si Zeus Masi you know that Marianas Agupa would have the space for CPAs and in communicated if anything that you need to discuss with our people. Thank you so much. We're here. Okay?
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Biba mes cultura para todo dusit ganozo.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a cultural month. Está.
Yeah. Take
All
care.
Right, okay, si Kimberly Panelos, Kimberly King Hines. Tinian. All right. Ito tagyas, chairperson of the Commonwealth Ports Authority. Okay, nagasagawa manawagan gini no. Yes, buenas.
Buenas, Glenn.
Yes, buenas. Inan mo por favor, consigue mo na.
Glenn, pudi nes kulturata,
Aha.
La ulay ni social media, tapos busy mga atin, lo ande para sa atin pudi bula siya inaasu da kontra kulturyo ibandan azitin naman magtupaypat no
Aha.
and again na issue Tapos sensitive na patasiya managsampa. Urugan otro. Audit rate ni Tano. Luos rate ni Tano. Produce ay gini man temporaryo. Lupot na bisangan pwede mo managpamolikit. Loging yung opinion no, dyan in story, historical literacy rin. Undan, tinatasangan na sa moro pinili naman mapto sa hitan. Siya pinili na musedo siya sa hitan. Dan yung hadyo kwentos, enigi literacy at asangan. Undan, ang colonize it for three different countries. Lo malagwa sus pa di sangat kita banyak suportado is kalau parewa sina scenario dan itu mata kita nih nakalagun kalau padisya da tiget fucking no dan get polikin na patapan siya managumenti Chamorro dan Carolinian adi renew ala do tapolo di pagini Waktu ni Carolinian lama itu siya Europa. Manolo ni pagwam so colonize ni German. Manamay still commission for my enter Canada. Jadi kita first settlement or second settlement gitu. Kalau mana pun kita nak promosi, kita nak respeta unu dan usul. Nah, kalau kita pandangnya unu dah perasaan dan unu dari nafsu dan kultural kita aku flingi.
Okay.
Enna di munafan asaguit pun ni dong stress waktu simpul na kauto dulu di nan yangan orang wetus. Constitution issue nih. Gua by sangan na Glenn. Izugo strain ni Tano. Dan yung hadyo kwentus. Todo gini man temporaryo ni Tano. Tasa radio gini ni Tano. Dahil naging Biblia niya pasangan. Kasuktok na din ni siya. Ni nakapayis ni Manyeluta Rebaluas. Apara pa nila na klasin discussion. Yun sa technology mo ni university niya. Yun at komento na tuntua pa sa sangan na. So, respeto, tingnan mo, di kumalilig na natin. Alla detta para respeta da accepta da basta di na qualche composition di social media. Ja ana bububo da sila natin ni tizune sila class discussion yung comunidad. Sa accepta sta na manita da ni repaloas Chamorro hybrid na Chamorro sa Mendes World, Chinya crack, Manu Chinya Abaho.
Okay. Yun si. Alright. Si Jesus Masi, Ray. You know, dan magay, kasi tahuhungog di social media talili, di social media po este ginin mano mogi dan hazi finini na. Puro magay din na siya no, tiwatetin din na Ray, siya na imansangan di social media kumunaw na asunto. Alright, wala na gumay stichi tuta si Ambrose Bennett, gua dinitidigay niya, dinigihalatsa. Isti asuntong ekonomiya sa ililingya si Ambrose Bennett na Wiza, he's an economist. Alright, pus bala data na holong pa si Luta. The speaker pa si tugi i gaseta. Hindi no agam waktu ada bay tagi mo na kaya lumesti Ambrose
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you.
All right.
All right, stand by. Let me, all right. Listen, you are an economist,
Yes.
correct? Okay, you said you work as an economist in Guam?
Yes, I work for a company out of Belgium. We help to really expand the bingo market there in Guam that was actually booming. But they changed the law and the industry died because it was considered gambling at a very, you might say, wholesale level. Because we had machines all over the island. We were importing them from Belgium and created them. We also, one of our partners was the late Joe Chaffers, uh, who also had a interest in it. But
Okay.
I've done economic analysis and economic forecasts, inventory, things like that. I've done a lot of economic work prior to even entering the CNMI.
Okay, so
one of the reasons. Go ahead.
You wrote a piece on Marianas variety.
Yes.
Regarding the, I'm going to try and speak English, but I'll try and translate it for our local population or native tongue.
I
Okay?
understand. I understand.
But you wrote in the paper about you want to be an economist for the cinema government. Is that correct?
Well, you might say that, yes. I've been trying to help them as an economist. For years, I've been trying to offer ideas and explain to them the economic forecast that was being broadcast, but nobody was really listening. More recently with the casino, I knew that we were setting ourselves up to be in a quagmire. First of all, China is not our ally, and that has been proven to be a fact. Japan was the nation that really started our tourism economy, and we should have stuck with them, especially with the casino. Students in high school who have taken world government know that Chinese and Japanese do not mix. We were going to have one or the other. We chose the Chinese, and we saw what happened with the Japanese, which I forecast long before they even finalized the exclusive contract. But that is spilled milk now. My hat goes off to the CPA chair, Mrs. Hines. I feel for her. She has been boxed in a corner. It is not her fault. It is not CPA's fault. It is like people are saying the buck stops with the governor. Well, that issue actually started and stops with the previous governor. And now the present governor has inherited it. And my concern all along was we had a tremendous economic opportunity during COVID, even though COVID was being so adverse affecting us, we still had an opportunity to reset our economic model. Our economic model is presently still based on World War II and the World War II sites. I warned almost a decade ago that the economic forecast was the fact that the Japanese tourists that were coming here were dying off. And eventually there was going to be a new form of Japanese tourists that we never addressed. The younger generation that are travelers now are not so concerned with World War II relics. We didn't do anything to change our model. We chose to stick with gambling. So a lot of it is not the present governor's fault, but certainly a lot of it falls on our previous governor.
Okay. Yeah, very good, Ambrose. You're a retired teacher, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're still you have this, what do you call this, energy to help the Commonwealth in reviving our economy, right, Ambrose?
Yes. Basically,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Your answer is yes. Okay. So if they give you an opportunity, Ambrose, this is I don't, they say, Ambrose, okay, you got the job as an economist. What is your first recommendation to this government, to Governor Palacios? What is the first step that you can recommend right now to get us back into our feet?
Something which I told him when they first got elected.
First step.
Start finding new money.
Okay. Start finding new money. Where? Where are you gonna take the governor to find new money? What is your recommendation?
There's a saying of wisdom that often when people are looking for a gold mine, more often than not, they're probably standing on top of it. I've often given my economic advice over the years. I've seen them take my advice, turn it around and twist it into something different and try to apply it, and it never works. I saw that with the cannabis industry because they literally almost shredded everything I had explained to them about the industry, which is why we don't have a cannabis industry. We just have stores selling marijuana. To give them ideas now over the radio is really futile. And my wife has even told me, stop giving away my ideas and never getting paid.
Okay, so we're standing on the ground here. So your first recommendation is you're inferring to maybe agricultural industry. Is that correct, Ambrose?
There's actually a plethora of ways that we can start generating new revenues. The problem now is even one of my daughter recognized the fact that our government doesn't do anything until it has to. Economic forecasts are meant for a reason so that you can prepare what's coming. We can't fix it right now. It's going to take time. We got to reset the conditions for our economy to really flourish. We can't flip a switch economically. And that is why I started writing and why I was so upset, because we had so many missed opportunities to change things. I'll give you one thing. We're talking about the Japanese tourists returning. Well, why didn't we make sure that when COVID ended, that the Marianas Resort was a Japanese hotel with a grand opening for Japanese tourists? We're throwing, not only are we throwing away opportunities, we're wasting away the Marianas Resort. What is so hard about issuing a lease in Japan for renting that place? It just defies logic, some of the things that I see.
Have you ever applied to assist MBA? Because we're trying to get our Japanese market here. Maybe they can use you there. Have you ever applied there?
I never applied to MBA, but I applied several times when CEDA was changing their names to be the Commonwealth Economic Development Authority. I knew they needed an economist. How can we even talk about our economy without an economist? It defies logic. Economics is an art and a science. And who is our economist? Who is actually doing these planning and preparations? Who's making our economic forecast for the government? How are they being done? We don't know any of it. All we know is we hear ideas coming out. And if you were to ask any regular person, what is the future plans for the CNMI's economy? And you might get 15 different answers when you should be only getting one or two, because there's the lack of leadership economically on these issues and what needs to be done. That's why CPA is in a bind right now. They were put in that position, and Ms. Hines is doing all she can to keep that airport open. The Chinese tourists were our means, but it's going to be uphill fighting because the Chinese government is against sending tourists here anyway. The U.S. military, and this conversations we just heard, is against China. I warned about China, the salami slicing that China does. The Chinese government is also implicated in the RICO case with the governor for tampering with our elections. So it goes on and on. And
Okay.
it just,
Okay, very good. In your piece that you wrote, and it was published, you mentioned about the cannabis industry.
Yes.
Didn't you help the cannabis industry from the get-go?
I ran into Mr. Norita just yesterday, and I said, you guys couldn't even say thank you to me for doing all the work to help get this industry done. You know what Mr. Clyde Norita said to me? What work? Now, most of the common us regular people know that the Senate sent me to Colorado to do the original research. I wrote most of the original bill that was later shredded down to virtually nothing that was left that I proposed other than the selection of the commissioners to make sure that each island was fairly represented. So I did a lot of work. The governor, the Senate hired me. The governor paid me $7,500 to give him an analysis on what he should do about the bill. And the next thing I know, the governor is calling me, telling me he's going to sign the bill. But he never looked at the $7,500 analysis that I had worked up. Experiencing things like that, it just defies, it is what drives me to continue writing, because it's happening to me and it's happening right in front of my face. The people paid me $7,500 for my work, and the governor never even saw it or used it.
So your contribution for the cannabis bill was never included. Is that correct?
Like I said, it was shredded down to the basics. I can give you some aspects about the bill that I wrote, but the heart of what I wrote is no longer there, which is why we don't have a flourishing cannabis industry. 420 is the most important day of the year for the cannabis industry around the world, and we never had a 420 event, and it's mainly because the law that they wrote actually ties our hands from having a cannabis industry.
Okay, stand by. Let me just include one call from the audience. You have any?
Okay.
Yes. Do you have any comment or question for Ambrose?
Yeah. Rancy Racy, good morning, my colleague. I'm going back to the cannabis bill, and I've always had a position in terms of how it was composed or composition of this when the introduction of the cannabis law, it was the intent of the cannabis law was the medicinal and commercial. And I agree on that component for the sake of profit margin. Your economies, part of the economy's requirement is to get economic geography. I took that as part of my requirement. And when you look at the region, cannabis is all over the region. And when they included the recreational as part of the cannabis, that's a deterrent for the commercial to expand their business. That was the wrong decision that was included in that law. And I think hopefully they can amend that in order for the commercial cannabis to expand as commercial.
Is that correct, Ambrose? What Ray was mentioning? Thank you, Ray.
I'm trying to understand exactly what he's trying to imply.
About the recreational and medicinal, I guess.
It's not so much the bill of legalizing it, it is what they did in the bill to prevent the industry from growing. For example, if a tourist comes to the CNMI and wants to experience cannabis, where do they experience it? You get what I'm saying? Have the hotels created lounges where their tourists can go and use cannabis? They can't do it in public; it's against the law. But you can get drunk on the beach, but you can't smoke a marijuana joint. Now and it goes back to the very naming of the bill about common sense. People have been respecting the use of cannabis ever since I've been here, from what I can tell. I've never seen adults associating using marijuana on the beach and allowing kids to be around them. It's about common sense. It should be a law where they could use it as long as there are no youth within 100 yards or 50 yards or whatever. These are common sense laws that we should have. Without those kinds of laws, we can never have a cannabis event. I also suggested that the mayor and the municipal council be able to govern these events so that we will have a governance system for events like 420. There is no governance system in the law for cannabis events. It's all kind of flaws in the present law that I could go on and on about.
Very good. So with the present, with the way it's written now, you can only go to the lounge. I've seen some lounge that they open here in Saipan. So
yeah, I think there's only one.
So you can go there, but you cannot. A tourist.
That's it.
A tourist cannot experience it at Hyatt, for example, or Crown Resort.
Exactly.
So your recommendation in the beginning is to have those.
My recommendation in the beginning was to have this hotel association to get on board to come up with some kind of regulatory policies for all hotels that would allow for cannabis use, and not try to create a law demanding them, but creating an industry is a partnership. So it's not just about one certain aspect. It's about the whole team effort.
So now you can probably lobby with the current legislature to have it amended, because the hard part has been completed. It's done. It's passed. It's a law now. So it's relatively easy to do now, to amend to include what you're recommending. So visit the legislature. They might be open to amending it so that it would meet the one that you write in your letter to the editor, to make it a multi-million-dollar industry.
What is needed is legislative reform. It's not about amending one little piece here or one little piece there. There needs to be a slate of legislative amendments that would be considered legislative reforms to reform the industry to be a productive and contributing part of our revenue stream. Because presently, we only collected $46,000 in revenues, but the government spent $256,000 on the board and employees of the Cannabis Commission trying to make it an operation. We're running in the red. So it's those kinds of things. and I'm not going to go do it. I've been yelling for years.
Okay.
I'm not going to go up there and waste my time. One of the things Governor Fetil, attorney, told me, he called me in his office one day and said, Ambrose, you mean good and you're trying your best, but they're never going to listen until they invite you in. And I never been invited in. And that is probably one of the big resentments that they have, because I'm so outspoken about issues. And I think it's just something they miss. I was educated to do this. And it breaks my heart. It really does.
Last question, Ambrose, because the time.
Okay.
Do you smoke marijuana regularly?
Do I smoke marijuana? Why are people interested in if I smoke marijuana?
No,
do you smoke? Let me ask you, do you smoke marijuana?
No, but do you smoke? I'm asking you a question.
Have you ever smoked marijuana?
Yes.
You ever tried it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
And bad for my. But you, you're you know, have you ever? Are you a user of marijuana?
I think my personal preference should remain my personal preference. It should not matter what I do. It's about. I'm gonna say this. I had a minute.
Appreciate it so much because of the time. Sus masih apenos de oras esta morti tempo. Para ato siya man agan. Morti tempo de para tahutsum iprogramata bago na Sabado. Si Sus masih para todos iman kung iman manzuk ti halom. Winigi programan Marianas Agupa. Loque para ato siya man ibisitata si Chairperson Kimberly Hines, si Jules Masi, pagulo ki si Ambrose Bennett, si Jules Masi, si Guela Agatete, Gadbo is Guaham, na istagay ki luta ki presente, lao sempia piragi tate, Jules Masi Guela Agatete, ti pumusibli si luta si Isidoro Cabrera sa Pudigua Loque no Ataquinya. No sin embargo sa Pimanhita binigi lagin munhadan todo na maulit mo na sinuta. Talo go si Glenage Manlo nga nagway zay na pamulit ang pas para todo samso. Adios. Uway samso esto to Sabado.